Just as many people was in the line saying "fuck Caesar."
Audio Jungle.
Hello everyone, welcome back to my YouTube channel. It feels weird saying that after so long being gone. I know I said I was going to take like a few weeks and it's been months. Give me a break, okay? I am a college student who's tired and overworked.
Cry me a river.
Anyways, by the time of this video, I know that you guys won't say that, we're going to be talking about On My Block, which is a show that I decided to talk about for my first video because, I don't know, I just haven't seen it in forever. And while we do this, I'm going to be getting ready because I'm supposed to be going to an event, okay? Yeah, so girls gotta hurry up. We gotta get this going. So I'm just gonna be looking at my notes and let's just, I don't know, jump right on in.
Finally!
Alright, so as I mentioned before, this video is just going to talk about On My Block, my opinions, thoughts, characters, plot lines, what I didn't like, what I did like, yada yada yada, the regular. So that's just it. Nothing too crazy, nothing special. Yeah, that's about all. Okay, so let's get started. And also, I'm not the best at makeup. I mean, I know what I put on my face and what I like to wear. But please do not take any tips and advice from me and say, oh my god, she would. I mean, like, if you have questions, then yeah, I'll answer. But like, this is not gonna be a makeup channel where I give you all advice.
Well, duh.
I can tell you the products I use, but like, that's about it. I just know what I do. I know what I like. If you're watching this video and you're like, she should try this next time, then sure, feel free to like give me some pointers, because yeah, I just haven't been trying to wear it much because I've been working on like my skincare and stuff.
Good for you.
Alright, so the show originally aired in March 16, 2018. I was in, I want to say 8th grade. I was in 8th grade. It was spring semester. Obviously, it was March. And the show basically follows four best friends while they live in California around gang violence, friendship drama, regular stuff, right? Cool. And throughout the 4 seasons, you kind of watch them go from freshmen to seniors. And it's interesting. Like, it was the first show I feel like that Netflix had done that's been that diverse and explored a world like that, even though so many people, like, are not used to, but like, how do I put this? So many people in America, I can't say myself because like I haven't grown up anywhere close to how these characters do, but so many people in the world face what these characters face in these stories, which I find interesting that this is the first time that a show for adolescents, I feel like, has been made. Like 2018, that's crazy. It's crazy.
Crazy indeed.
So yeah, I started watching the show when it first came out. Cause like I was always watching whatever on Netflix. Okay, I watched the show when it first came out, and also this is just primer. But I watched the show when it first came out, and like I thought it was really good. I watched it with my grandmother. That was our show. Like, she finished it before me because like I had to go to school and everything. She just stayed up watching it, and I had to go to bed. But I digress. She was like, "Oh, you need to finish it. You need to finish it." Like, ma'am, I have classes. What are you talking about? But anyways, it was one of those things where if you remember how you felt when you first watched it, like you remember how you felt when you first saw the season finale. You remember where you were, things like that. And I feel like, it was one of those shows that everybody was watching, everybody was talking about, like, oh my god, did you remember that part? Did you see this? Like, it was a time. It was a time. It's very nostalgic for me. My personal connection to the show is just like, I watched the show from when I was 8th grade, and I think the show finished maybe like my junior or senior year, I want to say. Yeah, like my junior year, I want to say, is when they finished.
Ooh, that's really cool.
I remember watching the first season, watching the second season trailer when I was in gym class, and all of my friends were like, oh my god, they dropped the trailers. Like, we all sat together in the locker room watching the trailer together, like, being so excited. It was, I don't know, like, it brings me back to so many happy memories. And, you know, if you haven't seen it, you should definitely go check it out. And if you haven't watched it in a while, then, like, just watch it for fun. This concealer, by the way. This concealer. Anyways, but, like, watch it for fun, you know? I mean, it's not bad to, like, revisit a series and have fun with it and, like, not take everything too seriously, because I feel like so many shows nowadays, especially the really popular ones, are very dramatic and are very, like, I mean, On My Block is dramatic, but, like, it has its moments where, you know, you're just watching just to watch. Like, it's nothing super crazy where, like, you have to wait for, like, plot points of, oh, who's she gonna pick, and, like, you know, oh, there's another, like, long drawn out love story and yada yada yada. I mean, yeah, there is a love story, but, like, we'll talk more about that later. But no, that's pretty much it. Okay, now that we've done all that, I guess we can go into the characters of this show. Also, this is setting spray I'll be using. I'm not gonna do this in any particular order. I'm gonna do it in maybe, like, least important, least favorite, whatever. That's it.
Okay, all right, so
We are gonna talk about Olivia first. Now, Olivia was only in season 1, because if you've seen the show, you know she gets killed off, like, season 1. And you know what? I wasn't too mad about it.
Damn, Cream, you heartless?
I was not too mad about it. I don't think she added anything. Like, she was just there to further along the other people's story. She never felt like she was actually part of the group, because she wasn't. And she was pretty much, like, just there to be there. Which is fine. Like, it's okay to have a character like that, but, like, I'm glad that she only lived during season 1. Because I really don't see any reason for her to be regular like Jasmine became in the later seasons. Also, I know I look crazy right now, but, like, don't. It'll all come together, okay? Trust the process. Trust it.
Okay, if you say so.
Thank you. But no, like, she didn't have a really solid reason for being there. Like, her character was just there. Like, I don't know what else to say there is about it. I know people don't like her because they're like, oh, she stole Monte's man and, like, yada yada yada. But, like, Olivia asked that girl multiple times, oh my god, like, is Caesar the one that you're talking about? Monte says no. Monte even went out of her way to say that the man was dangerous and that she could never be with him, and blase. So Olivia, who's literally only met these people for, like, what, a month or two, she hasn't grown up with them, so she doesn't know them well enough to be like, oh, you're lying, or, oh, like, no, there's chemistry here, besides the whole bedroom scene. But, like, that was the scene that Monte was like, oh, he's dangerous, and, like, I would never go out with him, yada yada yada. Like, okay, Caesar is the only one that Olivia was attracted to in that friend group. Caesar was the only one that, you know, she wanted to be with. So if the girl's telling me, oh no, I don't like him like that, oh no, I don't want to be with him, okay, well, then I'm gonna go take my shot. Like, what? No. Especially since Caesar went out of his way to protect her after that, or, like, during the Halloween fiasco by calling Spooky. Like, yeah, girl, she said, I want him and I have him, okay? And I can't be mad at that. If you want to be mad at somebody, it's Caesar, because Caesar's the one that was with Monte in the first place, not Olivia. Olivia asked that girl, she said no, and then that was the end of that conversation.
fair enough.
That's all I have to say about that. But besides that, I know that, like, the writers were hinting at her, like, sort of having feelings for Ruby. And I mean, I get it, but, like, I feel like she didn't really like that man for real. And the reason I say that is because she knew Ruby was down bad for her. Anybody with eyes and a brain could tell that that man wanted her. And she chose Caesar. And when we get into the whole conversation of, like, oh, well, she, like, entertained his little you're gonna marry me thing, and like she gave him the colors that she wanted. I feel like that's the equivalent of like, you're telling your best friend, oh, if we're not married by 30, then like we have to marry each other. Like, you don't mean it. You're only saying it because like, okay, but it's like she never wanted that man.
Damn.
And then when we get into the next season, and he was like, oh, I was supposed to be the love of her life. And then whoever, I think it was his mom or something, or no, like his abuelita, she was like, oh, you were the love of his life. No, you were not.
Damn.
I'm not going to lie to you, Ruby, okay? I don't think that was your girl. It's not your girl. And that's okay. That is A-okay. It's fine. But I'm not feeding into your delusions. I'm sorry. I'm just not. That's all I really have to say about Olivia. I mean, there's not anything. I mean, I feel bad for the girl. She didn't deserve to get shot like that. She really. I would be haunting that man every day. Every day. He would see me in this jail cell looking like this.
Oh, scary.
I would literally be like, I'm sorry, that's not funny. Anyways, no, R.I.P. Olivia. She did not deserve to go out like that. But life moves on. Life moves on. I do feel bad for her parents though, because like, could you imagine? Like, not only did we get deported and we have to go back to whatever place we have to go to, but we let our daughter stay with you, thinking that her house or your house would be safe for our baby, and she gets shot on her 16th birthday nonetheless. I don't know. I can't do it. I can't. Also, okay, this is the foundation I'll be using. Oh shoot, I almost dropped it. Okay. Next, we're going to talk about... Because, like, there's really nothing else I can say about Olivia. She was really only there for one season. I already told you I felt she's a plot device. She doesn't do much, and that's okay. Olivia was cool. Like, I didn't hate her or anything. She was fine. Like, she wasn't annoying. She was whatever. Next, we're going to talk about Caesar. Caesar did nothing. He was just there. He was he's like the chill guy meme. Like, that's all he does. That is the only thing that man contributes. And then when they did that whole season 3 of him getting mad at everybody because of the whole Chivo situation, talking about, oh, well, Oscar did everything for y'all and you guys called him whenever you needed something. And now, like, you don't want to do yada, or you're blaming him as if, like, he took our money. Caesar literally was just there. Like, I can't even say his actor did a bad job because, like, he can only do so much, but it literally just felt like anytime I saw a scene with that man, he didn't add anything. They didn't give him much. I mean, I felt bad for him because, like, during season 2, when he really was, like, homeless for real and didn't have anywhere to go, like, that was really sad. But at the same time, like, I don't know what you expect. I mean, granted, I did feel bad because I hated how everybody was blaming him for Olivia's death, which, I mean, like, it was his fault, but at the same time, it was kind of like a lose-lose situation, because had he went and killed Latrell, then he would have been a murderer, and people would have been like, oh, don't hang out with him, like, he's a murderer, yada. And had he not killed Latrell, which is what he did, then, we already saw what happened, so it's kind of like there was a lose-lose. But my thing is, if y'all are so scared of the Santos and Caesar and his brother, y'all knew what it was when he was when he was a child, okay? I'm not talking about the kids, I'm talking about the parents. Y'all knew it's not like he just woke up one day in the Santos and then said, oh, this is my life now. Like, no, he was born and raised in that environment. So what did you think was going to happen? Why would you willingly let your kid hang out with him if you already knew what was going to happen in that situation? Like, I don't understand that. And then you're over here turning your door over so that he can't come into your house during the New Year's party. Excuse me? Like, and at that point, it hadn't even gotten bad for real. Like, they didn't even know, like, it's a New Year's party. He's not asking you to stay. He's not asking you to go. Like, You know, he's not asking you for anything else besides just hang out with his friends, and you can't even open the door and do that. That is disrespectful. I don't know what. With the whole Olivia situation with him and Monse, I'm mad, but I'm not. I'm mad, but I'm not. Because you weren't with Monse, and it wasn't because he didn't want to be with Monse, it's because Monse was at playing games. But then, like, because the thing is, Caesar never played by Monse. He made it 100% clear, this is who I want, this is who I want to be with, like, I want that girl, I love her, yada, yada, yada. Monse was the one that was always like, oh no, I don't want people to know. I don't want people to find out. Why? Like, why does it matter? I just don't understand that. And then Caesar, I will say, he cannot stay single. Caesar, I can't defend you and you can't stay single. I just don't understand that. Because, like, you mean to tell me you can't go 1 month? Let's give it a month. You can't go 1 month with no girl? Homie, you're 14. You get one taste of action, and now all of a sudden you need it like all the time. Like, what are we doing? What are we doing? But the whole, like, thing with Olivia, I don't think he really wanted a relationship with her. It was just a kiss. Then Monse texted him. Then Monse found out about the kiss and then got upset that they kissed. Mind you, he didn't kiss Olivia. Olivia kissed him. Okay, let's start there.
Fair enough.
He kissed her after, but, like, Olivia kissed him first. You know what I mean?
Okay, I see what you're saying.
And I feel like he only kissed her because he wanted someone to be there. Like, it wasn't out of like oh, I really like this girl. It was more so like, I'm so emotional. Like, this is what I want from Monse. I don't know if that makes sense, but, like, I know what I'm trying to say. I don't think it was anything besides that. And on top of that, just like, I don't know. I feel like that's all I really have to say about that. I will say I'm happy that he got himself together by the end of the show and figured out, okay, like, you know, this isn't okay for me to keep doing, and, like, I need to get my life together. That was good. But, like, you could have done that from the get-go. But I understand, like, he really had no other choice, because, like, that's the only protection he had. Like, he's a high school boy. What else were we expecting? Let's be so serious. No, I don't think that he, like, annoyed. Every time he came on screen, I was like, why are you here? Like, you're not really adding much for me.
Well, damn.
Because he didn't help them find the money. He was the main person they were finding it for. He didn't do nothing towards that. I mean, none of them. We'll get back to that. But, like, he didn't help them find the money. All he did was sit around talking about I'm in a gang. Okay, we get it. You're in a fucking gang. Be so serious right now. There's not very much else I can say about Caesar. I just feel like he was just there the entire time. And then his weird switch, his voice from season 1 to season 4 is crazy. It's crazy.
Crazy indeed.
Okay. Then next we have Monse. Shut up. Stop talking. Shut up. Okay? I wanted to tell that girl that the entire season because, like, girl, what? She was always anxious. She was always in Caesar's business. She did not care about anybody else in that friend group besides Caesar. Let's talk about it. If it had nothing to do with Caesar, she was not caring. I feel like that's just what it was. And everybody was like, oh, she's the glue. She's the glue. Only reason why she's the glue is because she's so up Caesar's ass that, like, you know, like, the three of the guys, they're whatever. But, like, Monse cares so much about Caesar. Then Monse would be like, oh, we should include Caesar. Caesar. Like, go eat a Caesar salad. If you want one, so go eat a salad. And then call me back. Because, like, what are you doing? I feel like that's, like, she was literally about to leave her dad, her single dad, who helped raise her entire life, by himself, for a man. A man.
You're trying to be nice.
That's insanity. Like, that's actually kind of crazy. Because why would you do that? Why would you? And now I'm looking at you weird because, like I said, Why would you do that? And, you know, she didn't have much of a reason besides, oh, Caesar, Caesar, Caesar. But, like, at the same time, she's acting like Caesar is paying bills or something, and he really not doing shit. But, like, I digress. I feel like, you know, her leaving to go to that school was the best thing for her. She became a lot less annoying when she got back. She was calmed down, in my opinion. She was cool. We were chilling. But besides that, like, I don't know. I just don't like how she had to act like everything would only benefit for Caesar. Like, my, how do I put this? It's frustrating me because, okay, I understand she wanted to help Caesar get out the gang. I understand, but he's in a gang. Like Jamal said, he's in a literal gang. So I don't understand what she was trying to accomplish with that. It just felt so stupid in my opinion, especially since, like, who is she? Did she really expect herself to be able to go to a gang affiliated thing and be like, oh, also, I just put on this setting powder from Elf. Anyways, she really expected herself to be able to walk over to that gang and be like, okay, guys, I'm back. No, that is not how this is gonna go down. Like, I don't understand who lied to her and told her that, but it wasn't happening like that. And she was also annoying with the whole I'm talking to you, Caesar, I'm not talking to you, Caesar. And then getting upset because he had a girlfriend, but then also being upset when he didn't want to go have a girlfriend. Like, she never knew what she wanted. It felt like one of those things where you want a person, like, you want a person when you can't have them, but then when you can have them, and she could have had Caesar whenever, she never actually wanted him. And then whenever she couldn't have him, she'd be crying about it and being upset about it and pouting. And it was really stupid. Like, I can't talk about her character without talking about Caesar because she was so wrapped up in that man. And I also don't think she had a right to be upset with him for sleeping with that girl while she was gone with her mom, because she was not answering that man. She told him that they broken up. Mind you, Caesar was wrong for giving her the ultimatum. I do agree with that. Like, he was dead ass wrong for that. But at the same time, you're broken up. What did you expect? The man can't stay single for more than a month. And you haven't texted him in like 2-3 weeks, I think it was. It was just the dumbest thing in my opinion. Also, if you're concerned about how much I put my mascara on, I don't know if anyone else does this, but like, I do. I don't know, I feel like I'm done. And I was like, it looks so pretty that I want to keep going.
It's beautiful.
Anyways, no, I just feel like you can't talk about her character without talking about Caesar. Like, I'm not playing with you. It's just because that's all she ever cares about. Also, this is the mascara that I use. It's the Bambi one. I got it from Target a while ago. Not anytime recent. I got it from Target a while ago. But no, I just feel like you can't really talk about her character without talking about his. I think that she's very annoying. I think that she needs to get help. Go see a professional because I can't. And then it's like she does things and then she gets mad at people for not reacting the way that she would. But then she also forgets that some people just have common sense. Like when she kissed Spooky and then she got mad because Caesar wasn't mad at her for kissing Spooky, as if she wasn't drunk when she did it. Also, I might have to finish this video later because I'm about to go out. But like, you know, I'm just a girl. Shut up. Shut up. Next, we're gonna talk about Jasmine. She need to find her people. Season 1, like, they did not treat her best. Season 2 was like a little better, but Ruby was being rude as hell. I don't think that she ever actually got the respect she deserved till season 3. I'm being so serious. Granted, we would not be friends till season 2 or 3. We wouldn't be friends till then. But I do like how they gave her more character depth in season 2, because beforehand she was just the annoying girl who needed to go home and do something with herself. But after that, like, she was cool. Like, I was fine with her character. I mean, obviously she had her days. Like, we all have our days. It is what it is. But like, I like how she was the only person who was able to calm Ruby down when he was having his panic attack or his like PTSD thing. You know, I like how she didn't. She would always fight for her man. Okay, Ruby was her man. Now that was good TV, but Ruby was her man, and she knew that. Everybody knew that. But like, you know, she would always go down to bat for her man, even when it was obvious, or like even when he didn't want her to, like even when he wasn't giving her, you know, any kind of human decency, she kind of like put up with it and just kept it pushing. That was just what her MO was. You know what? I'm not mad at it. Not mad at it at all. She like became my favorite, or one of my favorite characters in the show, and I love her. I love her down. We don't play about Jasmine. Another thing is just like, I like how we saw her growth from season 1, from being obsessed with Ruby, to season 4 with learning how to love herself and learning how to be in a relationship with herself. The breakup was the best thing that could ever happen to that girl. Perfectly. Best thing that ever happened to that girl. For sure. For sure. I'm just kind of upset because like she wasn't able to go to her dream school.
Well, that sucks.
Then we're going to talk about Ruby. Ruby was the only one that has his priorities straight. And when I say that, I mean Ruby wasn't worried about let's get Caesar out of the game. Ruby was worried about I got a test on Tuesday. Ruby was worried about I got a party to plan. Ruby was worried about I got PTSD. Like Ruby was worried about things that someone that person that age should be worried about. He wasn't worried about let me find magic money. He wasn't worried about let me get myself in these situations. Ruby literally just wanted to go to school, get a girlfriend, have sex, and be successful. That's all he could ask for. Those 4 things: have a girlfriend, have sex, have his own room, or throw parties, whatever, be successful. That's all he wanted. And that's pretty much what he got. Like, when everybody else was worried about, like, oh, the gang stuff, he was worried about what food are we ordering? What are we doing tonight? Where the location at? He was asking the important questions that someone his age should be asking, okay? I do think like his friendship with Jamal is my favorite friendship because granted he did have his moments where he did like not appreciate Jamal the way that he should have been appreciated. He was the only one that like him and Abuelita were the only ones I feel like that actually saw Jamal for who he was and didn't make him feel bad for it. Because I feel like so many people made jokes about it, but like Ruby made a joke about it, but like he still accepted it. You know, like he never tried to change Jamal for who he was. He was like, you're really gonna come with me with that pimp cane? Okay, let's go. Like, whatever, fine. You know what I mean? Like, I do like how they incorporated his PTSD story, and I like how you saw his character kind of deal with that throughout the rest of the series. I think it's important to talk about things like that, especially since he did go through something traumatic by getting shot and then losing a girl that was really important to him. But I do think that it's important to talk about those kinds of things in TV shows, especially kids TV show, because not kids, but like, you know what I mean, like young adult TV shows. I like stuff like that. Yeah, Ruby, he ate down, and his actor, when there was an emotional scene, Ruby had it covered. He had it covered. Like, don't even play, okay? Like, he was getting the job done, and that's just what it was.
Well, if you say so.
Then we have Hamal. Hamal, my favorite. One could get it, but anyways, no, he deserves better friends. All across the board, he deserves better friends. Because what do you mean I found the money by myself after you all told me and cursed me out and yelled at me that, oh, it doesn't exist. Oh, you wasted our time. I found the money. You're not getting a dime. Goodbye. Goodbye. I don't care. I will literally spend 5 years cleaning this money by myself. Like, I don't care. Y'all are not touching that money. Y'all didn't do anything to contribute. I'm sorry. And then this was always my issue with the group. When the money was beneficial to them, like when he first found it, oh my God, you found the money. That's crazy. But then when the money brought all these problems, like with Chivos, you're the one that got us into this mess. You found the money. You did this. You did it. It's not your money. It's not your money anymore. It's not. He deserved better friends. And that's just what it was. Jamal, like, was quite literally one of the smartest people in the group, and he was looked at as the dumbest person in the group for whatever reason. He was always getting out of trouble. He was always thinking of better solutions. He was always trying to find answers to things, figure out like all these different mysteries, this and the third, yada yada yada. And he was the funniest. He carried the show on his back.
Preach, my brother.
Give Jamal his flowers, okay? He never bothered me. I mean, like I was expecting her to bother me again, because like I watched the show and Jamal didn't bother me, but then people online were always like, "Oh, he's so annoying. Oh, he's this, he's that, he's so extra." So I was like, "Wait, maybe I'm gonna find him extra," and I didn't. Like he had a right to react the way that he was to every situation that they put that man in, and he's so funny. He's just like, I can't. Jamal and his oh my god, his friendship with Abuelita was like this, and he was the only person to find out that she was sick before she told everybody, or like before it was too late. You know what I mean? Her own grandson couldn't even figure that out. Ain't that crazy? Like that's insanity. Okay, that's insane. I will say though, he was dead wrong for not calling out. I need to fix this. Anyways, he was dead wrong for not calling out Abuelita. Like, that's your girl. Be so for real. Anyways, but yeah, no, Jamal, he was my favorite. What can I say? What can I say? And I do think that his whole transformation season 4 made sense. Y'all treated him like trash this entire time. Yeah, he's gonna like what? He's gonna use this to his advantage. He's gonna be happy for himself. Why not? Why wouldn't he? Now he was wrong for the whole threesome comment at the school. That was crazy. But like, no, I just think that Jamal, like, it's Jamal. I can't say much about Jamal. Okay, then we have the adults. Alright, listen, if you're confused as to why I'm completely different than I was earlier, I told y'all I had to go to an event. So sorry. This is a completely different day. It is what it is. It don't matter. Anyways, back to the parents. I want to start out with talking about Abuelita. R.I.P. She was a real one. We love Abuelita. Like, she was the only adult that was paying attention to what was happening with those kids. The only adult. She picked them all. She picked them all up from school. She made sure that Ruby had it going on. Like, she was there for Ruby mentally. Like, she took care of freaking. Well, she didn't take care of Monte. Monte was a lost cause. So was Caesar. Like, the only people that actually listened to Abuelita were freaking Hamal, okay, and Ruby. Caesar and Monse, just there was no helping those two. There was no helping those two. In any regard, also I hate like. Anyways, there was no helping those two. But Abuelita was a real one, and I loved her friendship with Jamal.
Aw, that's sweet.
He was able to figure out that she was sick before anybody else. I do like that, especially since they weren't talking, or they hadn't talked in a while because his friendship with Ruby was shit. But like the fact he was like, you're not feeling well, you're drinking and all the time, you're always tired, you're taking that. I was like, no, not Abuelita. She ain't gotta go out like that. But like, you know what? R.I.P. Okay, R.I.P. to a real one. Yeah, no, Abuelita was good. She was good. And when it came to the parents finding out, like, oh, what's going on with their kids because they finally want to fucking listen, anything at all. She was the main one being like, yeah, no, we can't go to the police. Like she locked them in and like said, this is what's gonna happen if we go do this X, Y, Z, yada, yada. She had her ducks in a row. Abuelita had it on point. They would not have been able to survive high school without Abuelita. I don't know how they were gonna survive college. Next, we're gonna talk about Spooky, another RIP. Okay, I didn't really like Spooky. I don't want to say until the second half of season 2. Before that, me and Spooky had problems. It wasn't that Spooky was unattractive, okay? Spooky was always attractive. Spooky was giving it all. Spooky was giving face, body, tea. He was the one. But my biggest issue was like, you can actively see that your brother is trying to do better. Why do you want him to be a part of this gang? And granted, I know that's what you grew up with. I know that you had to basically be the man, help Caesar, raise Caesar by herself, and then whenever you went to jail, this like what am I talking about? The Santos helped take care of him, make sure that he was good, straight, yada yada yada. But at the same time, you get out of jail and you're thinking, okay, my 14-year-old brother has to get jumped. He has to do this. He has to do that. At 14, you can't even wait till the man is 18 yet.
Shit, hell no.
Spooky. Be so serious. And then on top of that, I get it. Like, you know, he needed to take care of Latrell, but like, why did he have to be the one to do it? We always see how y'all basically help each other out, like, you know, work together. And I just feel like if Latrell had rolled up on your little brother, why would you not want to go up there with your little brother? Or like, I don't know, but why did it have to be, oh, you got to go take care of this? Like, what's going on, Spooky? What's going on? I do think that he was doing a lot when it came to certain aspects of the show, but we'll like get into that later. I thought he was really funny. He was really funny. Like whenever they did that whole lock-in episode, and he was like, "Hey, yo, can I get some personal space?" Like he was like, it was funny. I would have loved a spin-off series. Like I wish they would have allowed us time to kind of see more of Spooky growing up, so we can understand how he became to be. Like we already know, like yeah, okay, he was in the gang, yada yada yada. But all we got pretty much was that their dad left, and we're gonna get into that. But like, I don't know. I wish that we got more of their backstories. That's just my personal opinion. I do think that it was really sad that he passed away after he had basically became a new man, had a whole wife, daughter, like, and you couldn't. But that's how it is. That's realistic. I mean, I can't be mad at that. I also, okay, wait, this is my last thing about Spooky. As much as I love Spooky and I do like different aspects of his character, I like how he's able to like, you know, help Ruby out, basically tell him to get his shit together, like made sure that he was for the kids, but at the same time, like also doing a lot of stuff against the kids, but that's just me. My biggest issue with Spooky was like, you're talking sexual about a minor. Like Caesar said the whole, oh, we slept together thing to keep Spooky away from Monte. Monte is a minor. Monte is the same age as your brother. That shouldn't even be a conversation. Get it together, please.
For real.
Anyways, moving on. Chivo.
I'm having trouble finding it.
Chivo was doing a lot. Like, why is everything a nursery rhyme? Why would you not just help these kids? Why could you not just like get your life together? And also, poor Juanita. She ain't gotta be held up like that. I mean, I didn't mind his character, but he was very odd. And I guess that was the whole point of his character. Like, I didn't mind it. He was just there to be there for real. I mean, he helped the kids. But at the same time, it's more so like, I'm not side-eyeing every time he's on screen, but I'm just looking like, okay. He was just really odd. And I don't know. He was just odd. Ruby's parents. Ruby and Henny. I think that they might be my favorite parents because I like their marriage. For one, I think that it was a very realistic depiction of what a married couple might look like with all that stress they have going on. I like how they cared about their kids. Like, no matter what, they were not playing about their kids. That's just what it was. I love how his mom, but like, I love the relationship that they had with Ruby specifically. And I thought that, because, you know, we don't really see the twins that much, and his brother is in college, but I do love how they were able to show you that they were a loving family unit while still being able to be like, okay, like, we're your parents, you know, the regular stuff. What am I yapping about? Anyway, more of the story, I love their parents, or his parents specifically. I do think that, like, I would love to see the woman who played Henny Moore. I don't know her name, but I would love to see her in more stuff because she's got talent. She's good. She was really funny and she delivered her lines really well. But yeah, she was good. She's great. Next, we have Monte's dad. Monty, listen, I love you, babes. I love you down. But like, you're the worst sometimes. Because what do you mean you can tell me that I'm not going back to school till I'm actually there? I would crash out. I'd crash out. Why would you think as a parent, oh, my daughter's coming home for winter break, I'm not going to tell her till she's here? That doesn't make stupid sense. She would have had time to say bye to her friends. She would have had time to get her shit together. Like, on top of that, do you know how hard it is to leave school in the middle of a school year? Like, and I don't, that made no sense to me. Why would you tell her during Christmas break that she's not going back to school? That makes no sense. You need to have that phone call as soon as you find out that you can't afford it anymore because you lost your job. My goodness. Talking about some, oh, I didn't want to get you involved in adult business. This is her schooling. Okay? This is her life. Be so serious. Be so serious, Monty. And on top of that, listen, I understand that you didn't want Monte to get hurt by Julia. That's 100% valid. I get it. I get it. But at the same time, if Monte wants to go have a relationship with her mom, she should be able to do that without you jumping down her neck. She should be able to do that without you getting upset with her for that. You know? Like, granted, you happen to be right about what happened, but like even then, you didn't know that it was going to be that bad. You didn't know, like, you know what I mean? So I feel like it's one of those things where if the child willingly wants to have some type of relationship with their other parent, you should at least allow that conversation to be had and let the child grow their own feelings towards that parent without you getting involved, without you having any like mixed emotions about it. You need to let that child see whatever it is that they need to see for what it was. But she did, but you weren't as supportive as you could have been. And I feel like that was my biggest issue. But besides that, you were pretty cool. We didn't have any issues. You took care of Monte. You were a single dad who worked 2 jobs, loved his kids, and never stopped. Okay? I was happy they gave you a wife or whoever the woman was at the end of the series that you ended up with. I was happy that they gave you her and a new baby. Okay? You were living your life. We love that for you, King. Okay?
Period.
Julia, when I see you on the streets, Ricky, when I catch you, Ricky, when I catch you. Actually, Ricky, when I do catch you. But seriously though, Julia, what the fuck is wrong with you? What is wrong with you? You had sex with a black man. And then you get upset because the baby turns out to be black. Then you lie to all your white friends and say that you were domestically abused. Now you have your black daughter staying with you. It's just messy. It's messy. It's messy.
For real.
Okay, y'all, this is like the umpteenth time that I've been recording this video. This is the last day I'm recording it. We're gonna move into Jamal's parents. I really loved his parents. There's nothing else I can say about his parents besides I love those people, okay? Mwah, chef's kiss. Love, 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 love them. I honestly, his dad was hilarious. His mom was hilarious. We love to see the like healthy relationship the two of them had together. I have no complaints about his parents. I also like how they accepted Jamal for who he was. They never tried to change him. They had questions. Of course, they're going to have questions like their parents. But like at the end of the day, they saw Jamal for who he was and loved him for who he was. And when he changed, it became like Mr. Football, Mr. Masterpiece. They said, we want our weird kid back. Like, we miss him. We love him. And I just love how they accepted and appreciated him for who he was. Chef's kiss, okay? No complaints there. Now, we're going to talk about the seasons. Pray. We're going to talk about the seasons. Okay. Season 1. The season was pretty good. And the building blocks to, like, more Netflix content, I think was really good. And what I mean by more Netflix content, I'm talking about this genre of teen, not angst, but like teen reality shows. And when I mean reality shows, I mean like realistic portrayals or realistic as they may come portrayals of what most teens or some teens might be facing in the United States. It's not always, oh, I'm rich, I'm living in California. Oh, I'm rich, I'm living in New York drinking martinis. Sometimes it's, I'm poor and I'm barely making it. I'm struggling. I have these however many people to take care of. You never know. And I think that, you know, shows like On My Block kind of helped resurface the media that we needed on Netflix, because without On My Block, without shows like that, I don't think that we would have gotten a Grand Army. Granted, they canceled it, but that's another conversation. Either way, On My Block was a stepping stone. This season 1 was a stepping stone that we all needed, okay? Looking back, like, you know, I feel like there wasn't anything wrong. I don't want to say there is anything wrong with it, but like, how do I put this? I didn't have a problem with much from this season. Also, if you're talking about, oh, she's reading something, yes, I am. I'm reading my notes. Mind your business. Thank you. Anyways, as far as the season goes, it was really good. I didn't have a problem with much. Some episodes were slower than others. I didn't really care for Olivia, but I think I made that more than clear. I don't think she added much. She wasn't in the friend group. She didn't do much. We already had that conversation. I'm not getting over it again. Anyways, I didn't care for Olivia much because I truly don't think she added anything, because she didn't, and she was just a plot device in furthering everyone else's story forward. Monse was getting my everlasting nerves with Caesar. I'm sorry, but she was. And actually, no, I'm not sorry, because she was. Because why is it that, oh, one day I want Caesar, oh, the next day I don't want Caesar? Caesar never played about Monse. Monse always played about that man. And any single time that he wanted her and he could have had her because he was single, she was like, oh, no, I don't want him. But she only wanted that man when he's off the market. Like, she was just doing a lot. She was doing a lot. And people always want to say, oh, well, Caesar should never went out with, you know, Olivia. Yeah. The only reason why he went out with Olivia is because Monse pushed him to. Because she would rather he go out with Olivia than people know the truth that they had sex together. Made no sense. Like, she was making a bigger deal than the other people in the group would have been making it. If that, like, that's how I feel about it. There was no reason for her to act like that. None at all. Okay? Great. And then them thinking that, like, it was their problem to fix Caesar being a gang, that was delusional as hell. Delusional. They're all the same age. How are they gonna help Caesar get out the gang when they're all the same age, in the same environment, in the same... Please be so serious. I feel like this season was the less messiest. As far as serious problems, I think it was the less messiest. Like, the seasons got way messier than most people were expecting, which is fine. Let's move on to season 2. We're doing this quickly. Okay, great. Season 2 is a banger. Best season. Or, like, if I had to say, yeah, best season. Everything in the season made complete sense. From the trailer sneak peek. I remember the day that I saw this trailer sneak peek, y'all. It was, like, immaculate. I don't know what else to say about it. The soundtrack was amazing. And the performances were even better. I especially liked when, what's his name? The guy who plays Ruby. When he was, like, dealing with Ruby's issues after Olivia's death and everything, those scenes hit really hard. Really, really hard. And I can't say that I've ever experienced something like that. But the way that he was able to portray something so serious, I think should be admired. Especially knowing that, you know, this was one of his first major roles. I think he was in a Transformers movie, so don't quote me. But even still, like, he's a leading character in this Netflix series. I think he played the part. Like, he did really good. I think it was a good choice for him to become closer to Jasmine, because it seemed like she was the only one who actually knew how to talk to him and how to help him after everything went down. I didn't care for the Caesar and Monse thing, for real. Like, I cared, but I didn't. Because at the end of the day, when people were like, oh, Caesar's a dog for what he did to Monse, I'm sorry. Monse broke up with him. Caesar gave him an ultimatum. Monse said, we're done. She wasn't responding to his text messages. I think it was like, what, a week? It was some time period. Okay, so he has sex with somebody else. And now you're mad because he has sex with somebody else. Like, I never understood that. I understand you can be hurt about it, but you can't be upset with him because y'all weren't together. Like, that's not your man. Y'all are not together. And not to mention, you're not responding to his text messages, and you don't live here no more. You're staying in Brentwood. Hello? Be for real. I did feel bad for Jasmine, though, because, like, she deserved more from the friend group, honestly. They like to act like she's an annoying person who doesn't do anything, but she was the main one helping them launder the money. So let's talk about that. Please and thank you. This whole friend dynamic I'm seeing is full of people who like to hurt the people. Bite the hand that feeds them. That's what I'm trying to figure out. Bite the hand that feeds them. Like, that's what I'm talking about. Caesar's gang situation was really sad, and I was upset about it. I don't think that he should have gone and tried to kill Latrell by himself, because that made literally no sense. And the only thing I didn't like about the season was that whole situation with, like, Spooky giving their money to the prophets. I don't know. I've never, like, I understood what happened, but at the same time, I don't know. Just disregard what I said. But either way, like, I also didn't care about how Monte was over here talking about if you loved me and you did that when you loved me, what else could you do? Like, I can't. It just made no sense to me. You left. Y'all were not together. What are you mad at him for? Please. You were literally like, she was about to leave her dad, y'all. Her dad. She's gonna leave her dad by himself for a man. Okay, great. And then, like, the ending cliffhanger was really, really good when they got kidnapped. But she was doing a lot talking about I'm not talking to you. I am talking to you. Like, I don't have time. I'm sorry. I know I spent a lot of time talking about Monse, but, like, I literally cannot talk about the show talking about Caesar and Monse, because I feel like their situation takes up at least 40% to 50% of the show. Like, it's a good chunk of what the show, it's like half the meat, okay? God. Okay, season three. What can I say about season 3? I thought the whole Cuchillos thing was stupid. Like, I didn't understand the point, because I was like, girl, what? And then they all got mad at, like, the way they flipped and flopped with Jamal, whether they hated him, whether they wanted to talk to him, like, was so aggravating, because, like, and then not to mention, they took credit for things that they never had anything to do with. Jamal stole the rollerboard money. Spooky was the one who took the profits down. So I don't know why everybody's like, oh, we took the profits down. No, y'all didn't. You just took the money, gave it to Spooky, who framed them himself with Caesar. If anything, Caesar and Spooky took the profits down, but the 4 of y'all did not take the profits down. Y'all didn't even know that was happening. Okay? Like, let's be so for real right now. That made no sense to me. And then Cuchillo's talking about I need y'all to help me find little Ricky. Girl, if you think the man is alive and he hasn't called you yet, and it's been however long y'all have been doing this charade of where's Ricky, he don't want you. And I'm sorry, because you seem like a I'm not going to say decent, because she terrorizing children, but you seem like an okay woman. Okay? Go find a man who wants you, please. Because it ain't Ricky. It was never, I'm not going to say it was never, because he was with you at some point, but, like, it ain't him no more. He don't want you. He don't want you because you crazy, okay? And I cannot blame him. You're crazy. Because why are you getting these high schoolers who, again, only found the rollerboard money, and it really was only Jamal. So if you have beef or you want help, find Jamal, because the rest of them don't do shit. None of them do nothing. It's always, I hate when it does that, y'all. I'm so sorry. But the rest of them don't do nothing, okay? Like, at all, period, point blank. And that's just what it is. And, like, I don't know what else there is to say about that. It just, now the fourth season was good. I like the fourth season. Fourth season, in my opinion, is way overhated, because, like, what else were we expecting? They're all going to different places. I did feel bad for Jasmine. I do think that her and Ruby needed to break up. But at the same time, like, they're all going to different places, yada. That was the most realistic thing that we could have had fourth season. I also like how you saw how, like, the little, I don't want to say, like, the little effects, but, like, how the friend group came to be what it was. That made sense to me. I genuinely do think that it was a good season overall. Monse is not serious. I don't want to say serious, but, like, she was the most tolerable she's been the whole season, or the whole series, season 4. She can dance. Girl can never dance. But you know what? I like that for her. Okay? She was in her own little zone. And also, Caesar, I don't know how to say it. Like, I'm sick of it. I'm so sick of them. Sick of them. Yeah, no, I feel like season 4 was pretty decent. If I had to give a quick rating of the show, I would say season 2 top. It would be season 2, 1, 4, and 3. The show wasn't the best. I can 100% admit that. The show is not the best. But it was the first time that someone's made a show like this that felt real and authentic. It was a nice change from seeing people in their 30s pretend to be high schoolers. Like, when the show came out, I was in middle school, and I promise you, the people that played the main four, looked like they could have been in high school. Like, they looked really, really good. And I liked that. It's refreshing. It's nice to see. It's different. It's not calm, but like, it's nice. It's a refreshing palate cleanser, okay? From the usual shenanigans. That's how I felt about it. I mean, I do think that everything else I did like about it. Like, I do think that the kids are really realistic to what I feel like a bunch of middle schoolers would be doing in that situation, especially Ruby. Ruby just wanted to go to school. I mean, you had a regular girl that was pick me, Monse. You had the crazy friend who, like, I don't know, like, they all fit in their little boxes as to what I could see them being, like, in that era of themselves. Like, in that, like, they had a nice little beginning of high school phase, and then by the season 4, I was like, you know what, this makes sense, and I like that. I don't think there was anything that the show got positively wrong or right, because, like, I don't know, I can't really say much about it. Like, I mean, maybe the show could have added more substance, because, like, I've been talking about a show where the main plot is getting someone out of a gang with some relationship dramas. I don't know what else there is to say about that. Would I watch the show again? Probably. I mean, I rewatch it all the time. Why wouldn't I? And how would I rank the show? On a scale of 1 to 10, I give it a solid 7.5. Which is not bad. That's not bad at all. I think 7.5 is really good. And that's all I have to say about it. So, thank you if you watched this entire thing. And if not, then, thanks too. I don't know. Yeah, I hope you enjoyed, and subscribe if you did, because I kind of need the subscribers. And goodbye.